Ladies and gentlemen, fellow advocates of justice and defenders of our nation's values, welcome to Red Alert, a channel dedicated to exposing the hypocrisy of the left. We are going to discuss a matter that strikes at the very heart of our democratic principles and us, an issue that concerns the reputation and legacy of a dedicated statesman who has tirelessly served our nation, Trump, a visionary politician and former president. The latest developments led by Fulton County District Attorney Fani Wills need our attention and contemplation because they illustrate a sequence of occurrences that call into question the principles of justice and fairness that we hold dear.
You ask what my reaction is? I'm pissed. I'm pissed at these over and over and over again. If there are indictments tonight, it'll be the fourth indictment of Donald Trump. This is disgraceful. Our country is over 200 years old. We have never once indicted a former president or a candidate and a leading candidate for president. And this is Joe Biden and this is the Democrats weaponizing the justice system because they're afraid of the voters. This is disgraceful. It is wrong, and it is an abuse of power by angry Democrats who have decided the rule of law doesn't matter to them anymore.
In an unexpected turn of events, we have witnessed not one, not two, but a total of 4 indictments being handed down against Trump and his associates this year. Moreover, it is crucial to carefully inspect the application of Georgia's racketeering laws in this particular case. Fani Wills, who considers herself an expert in this law, has pursued this tactic on numerous occasions. However, the indictments seem to be a random mix of unrelated incidents that are supposedly pinned on Trump and his associates without any clear context. This raises serious concerns about the validity of the allegations and the fairness of the judicial proceedings. It is essential that we approach this matter with a keen eye, evaluate all the pertinent facts, and ensure that justice is served fairly and impartially.
Fani Wills, the district attorney in Fulton County, considers herself an expert in Georgia's racketeering law because she used it in 2015 successfully against a bunch of teachers. So this is a dog with the bone. She was very excited to use it. Everyone knew that she was going to use it. And when you read the indictment, it is a kitchen sink. It is Mark Meadows asking for someone's phone number. It's emails that have nothing to do with Trump or what Trump asked. It's just people doing things, and the RICO statute basically says, I'm going to take all of those things and I'm going to pin them to the group. I'm going to pin them to this criminal enterprise, and that criminal enterprise, she's saying, involves Donald Trump. And so in this case, she's not really being specific about what here is overturning the election and what isn't, who's doing what, whether Donald Trump had knowledge, whether he was participating. It is just random acts by random people that are all then being pinned on the former president.
We have never filed charges against a former president or a serious candidate for the position of president. This is Joe Biden, and this is the Democratic Party turning the legal system into a weapon out of fear for the electorate. This is unacceptable. It is unethical and is a power abuse by furious Democrats who have come to the conclusion that the law no longer matters to them. The allegations made by Fani Wills include charges based on Georgia's anti-racketeering statute, conspiracy, false statements, and even allegations that Trump pressured a public person to violate their oath of office. The seriousness of these false charges puts a pall over the basic foundations of justice and fairness that characterize our nation's culture.
The opposite approach of Jack Smith in the DC case, where he only went after Trump and didn't name anybody else, and people were wondering, well, maybe that's a strategy. People want to stay hidden. Mark Meadows' name is not listed at all. And then here's the opposite. I'm going to name you. Maybe you'll flip. I can't say that Fani Wills has a strategy that is legal. I can say that she has a strategy that is political. She is now a household name. She is running for re-election. Her new website just went live this week. So, you know, is her strategy of all of the things in the indictment a good legal strategy? That will remain to be seen. But is it good for her in ginning up her base, which is purely Democrats? Yeah, it's great for her in that sense.
And we should say that the former president posting on Truth Social, why didn't they indict 2.5 years ago? Because they wanted to do it right in the middle of my political campaign.
As Senator Ted Cruz said, politics is clearly behind the timing. You may set a stopwatch for the number of hours it takes for fresh negative news on Joe or Hunter Biden to come out. Someone goes and accuses Trump once more. Then the media and all the tiny lemmings go around shouting, Trump, 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 and Trump. Look, the House Oversight Committee revealed this week that during Joe Biden's time as vice president, his family and allies got over $20 million from foreign sources. Over $20 million only during his term in government. The attempt to weaken Trump's support base through disinformation and political manipulation is equally disappointing. It is obvious that this is a deliberate political maneuver rather than a judicial action. We've seen former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton try to push Republicans away from Trump. The new arrests revealed a clear intent to diminish Trump's political power and prepare the way for the incumbent president's re-election bid.
Never in our long history as a country has this ever happened to a former president, nor has it happened to the chief rival of a sitting president running for president. And yet they not only want these indictments, this now would be the fourth time history has been made, but they want the trials in the middle of the caucus, the primary, and the election season.
It is critical that we investigate the implications of these activities, since they are more than just legal maneuvers. Every American who appreciates the ideas of our democratic society should be concerned about the planned efforts to silence Trump, stir strife among his admirers, and undermine his legacy. This coordinated effort to manipulate public mood, force loyalty, and devalue the accomplishments of a devoted leader is fundamentally at odds with the ideas that underpin our democratic traditions. As fervent supporters of these ideals, it is incumbent upon us to raise our voices in unity and unequivocally condemn such practices. Let's not forget about the timing and regularity of these indictments. It is rare for a former president or a leading presidential contender to face such relentless legal assaults.
Incredible patriots at the Kingwood Tea Party. And I'll tell you, I am in a room with hundreds of Texans right now who want to see accountability, who want to see the rule of law, who are ticked off that the President of the United States, there is now growing and overwhelming evidence that Joe Biden has made a business out of selling favors. Hunter Biden was the salesman, and let's be clear, it's not access, it's not the appearance of access. What the allegations from the whistleblowers, what the allegation in the FBI FD 1023 are that Hunter Biden sold official favors from Daddy, from Joe Biden. That is bribery. And bribery is explicitly enumerated in the Constitution as a basis for impeachment. And instead of this circus and sideshow of indictment after indictment after indictment of Donald Trump, I believe the House of Representatives needs to move forward with an impeachment inquiry for Joe Biden. And if it's proven that he accepted a bribe, he should be impeached, he should be removed from office, he should be indicted, he should be prosecuted, and he should go to prison.
It is important to emphasize the significance of the matter at hand. It is imperative that we delve deeper into the underlying motives behind these accusations. We must question whether these allegations are driven by a genuine concern for justice or are politically motivated to tarnish Trump's reputation and reduce his influence. As defenders of Republican ideals, we must oppose any activities that jeopardize the core of our democracy. We must never forget that our country was built on the principles of fairness, impartiality, and the protection of individual liberty. These fundamental ideals are violated when legal means are used to advance political goals, and this behavior deserves our utmost punishment.
Not only increase the number of Democrats in the Senate by hook or by crook by adding 2 more states, get rid of the filibuster rules so they can oppose their will. Don't tell me they're standing for we the people. Don't tell me that this is the party we count on to protect the vote. Don't tell me that this is the party protecting documents and emails and texts when it's the party of Hillary Clinton that destroyed 30,000 of them and was never charged with obstruction. Don't tell me that these bums believe in classified information when the jerk prosecutor in Washington, D.C.'s been leaking information related to classified information, and Bill Clinton is still free to roam the countryside when he had classified information in his sock drawers. This isn't even about any of this. This is about a political party that sees its opportunity to seize control, to destroy the constitutional construct, to embrace these nut Marxists in their party, to push their equity agenda, to control prosecutions, to control what is justice. We don't have a justice system in America. You know, Sean, you and others keep saying we have a 2-justice system. No, we don't. We have a no-justice system. We may have a judge, Well, that looks pretty good. We call them Your Honor. They wear black robes, and we bow down to them. We have a grand jury system that's supposed to protect a defendant, which we know is actually a tool of the prosecution. And in the cities, we know it's loaded with Democrats. There's no voir dire or anything like that. Those are prosecuted Democrats. We have prosecutor Soros Democrats. We have the guy they dragged back from The Hague, who looks like he should be tried in The Hague, quite frankly, who has destroyed one individual after another, and that's a resume enhancer with the mob guy who's running the Department of Justice right now. And then, of course, we have trial juries in Democrat cities. Wow, we got a prosecutor, a judge, rules of evidence, a jury that looks so importantly judicial. It's crap.
Finally, I want each of you to understand the seriousness of the situation. We must continue to be unwavering in our quest for justice and truth, categorically rejecting any attempts to disrupt the democratic processes or silence the voices of people who have spent their lives improving the welfare of our country. As citizens charged with carrying on democracy, we must be unwavering in our dedication to the ideas that make up our wonderful country.